Welcome to CoinBook. My name is Calvin Waite, and I'm a professional crypto trader. I really like getting feedback from you guys about the market, what you're trading, successes, failures, so I'm going to go ahead and start giving out a t-shirt every week now. What I'll do is I'll look at all comments from Thursday to Thursday, and then Friday select a random winner. I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. It was pretty relaxing and good for me. But so looking at Bitcoin chart, we have a couple of interesting things going on, and I made a couple of discoveries today that'll actually really, I hope, to help give us some direction on the Bitcoin price. It's kind of interesting. We've definitely leveled off, but there's been no sign of any serious sell-off. There's been no sign of any serious jump. So we're definitely, the tensions are increasing is what's happening. But look at this at the very top of this line. Okay, so we're definitely in the green zone. I wanted to point out that our 50-day moving average is now above 16,000, which is just unbelievable. Very, very, very high on our 50-day moving average. I almost wonder if it's higher than it's ever been. Yeah, definitely. I think our 50 was at, no, yeah, our 50-day moving average is higher than it's ever been, which is really incredible. That just tells you how long we've been up in these upper ranges. So I'm going to take the our averages off so we can kind of look at this a little closer. But look what's happened. The top of this swing high, I knew it was going to be important, but the way it has been, the way the price action has played with this level is amazing. This 19,200 level was our major swing high that happened back in end of November, and then any major pivot points take a lot of energy to break. So you can see the giant candle that broke through it, a giant candle that broke back through it. Then we found it as resistance, and then we found it as support, and then we had a giant candle to break that support, and now we've had it as resistance and then support, and now we're showing it as support so far today. It's just amazing that these types of things just keep playing out. So this 19.2 has been this real tight decision kind of level. And then look at this interesting thing. So because of our most recent price action, if I just take a line at the very top of our candle here and just take it down, you can kind of see that we've created a bit of a declining resistance. But then if I take that line and I copy it so that we have an exact parallel of that, look what happens when I put it on the tip of our swing high. Look at this. We've now officially created a very, very tight parallel channel here. And so I can let me take this one off just so we can kind of see it. You can see how tight that is. And these lines here are going to help us figure out what happens next with Bitcoin. A move down is likely if we stay in this channel. But if we fall out of the channel, that'll help us, give us a lot more warning that our correction is here. And if we pop up out of this, then there is a chance that we really will find a continuation. This is definitely bull flag material. And I have one other thing that I did not see that makes the case for a continuation. I did not see any support for a continuation until today. I'm going to move our thing up just a teeny bit. Every chart that I do, I keep it on log because crypto is so volatile that log scale just makes more sense. But look what happens. I drew this line a long time ago, back in October and November. So beginning of November, this trend had begun. Well, look at this. If I take off the log scale, look how that moves this support. So this support follows up, and guess what? We did not actually break out of our support. In fact, on a non-log scale, this line became our support, which actually begs for the case that we haven't corrected at all. Like that this was not a correction. This was in line with our bottoms. And if our bottoms are all in line, there is a case that there's a continuation here. That just means that the correction is still coming, but perhaps our correction will happen when we cross this line. So very, very interesting developments. So if we break above this and stay above this line, then we could have a continuation. It's just that when we cross this line, it's going to be brutal. So it's going to be rough. But perhaps this was not a break below support, and perhaps it is still support, and we're waiting for that break across this line. But there's a lot of emotions, a lot of tension, and we're definitely in this channel. So this is getting very, very interesting. So our altcoin market cap is definitely tucked in this channel. It is definitely staying right in there. Even our wicks are remarkably tight inside this channel. So we're still watching this. Really interested to see how we'll react with this major level here. And on the others, the micro caps, this is actually looking very interesting. This is the type of thing that if I was trading this, I would take the chance and buy this, because our momentum is clearly changed. We're definitely in a consolidation period, and if we kind of break out of this, the micro caps could have a pretty sweet day. But this move here, these tiny little moves, they just make such a big difference. There's a ton of alts today that are doing pretty well. So it's interesting. We're watching this pretty closely here. Have you ever made a really, really stupid trade and you were like, I have no idea how this is going to work out, and then it works out, and then you sit there and you think, I am such a genius? So this is sort of a kind of a trading 101 discussion on what is about to happen with alts. So everything in trading is emotion, and emotions, especially human emotion, will generate these waves. And the smaller the time frame, you'll get these waves even in smaller time frames, but if you zoom out, the waves become even more intense. And so what I really like to look for is a coin that hasn't made its wave correction. So even in Bitcoin, where we've gone straight up, we're waiting for that next wave down, because when you zoom out, it looks ridiculous, and everything has its ups and downs. Everything goes through these emotions. So in a case like BAT, where we've had this singular move and without any real strong any variance in this direction, we're looking at like 3 months of the same direction. But what's happening almost universally across a large handful of alts is that we've had this kind of pump, and then we've had this parallel movement to the 50. And so at a certain point, this is going to have to make a wave. It's going to have to recover from where we are headed. And when we cross the 50, that's usually, especially if we exit the red zone, and cross the 50, these moves become really explosive. And so this is an example where we're paralleling the 50, but there's a ton of these just happening all over the place. So here's a coin. Mona looks similar, but see how we're a little bit too far away from the 50? What we're really looking for are coins that have really snuggled up close to the 50. So take a look at Lisk. Lisk is one where we've done this. We've had one move, we haven't seen our upswing, and even if it's a minor correction and we get to the middle here, this will be an amazing trade. And where do you enter? When we close above the 50. So the closer we're hugging this 50, the more perfect the entry will be. So Lisk is just a really good example. Steam is one that's very close. We even exited the red zone for a minute, just on one day, but we're just hugging it so tightly, and we're just waiting for a little bit more movement up to start in on our upswing. These moves are just really, really good looking things. We have Game. Game is doing a very similar thing. And Raven coin is one that I've been watching, waiting for it to do its turn. And all of these coins, if you just kind of go through, there's a ton that are doing exactly this, where they have had a single move and there has been no counter move, which is just like it's a boiling pot. When will it happen? I don't know, but when it happens, if we have one move for 3 months, even if it's short, a 1 month move in the right direction at a perfect entrance near the bottom, boy, these are just really good looking trades. So definitely look through some of these and see what opportunities lie ahead. There have been some really cool, for the ones that do break out, they're having some good days. I've done a lot of videos on waves a few months ago, just saying how we kind of had this single move and we're starting to get above the 50 here. Once we start hugging that 50 and we finally pull away, this is when we really start making our money. So altcoin market is cold right now, but it's just ready to go. Once we get across that 50 and we start showing a little bit of support above, we're just going to take off. There was one coin that exited the red zone over the weekend, and I don't do any videos or text or do any social media on Sundays, but look at this. We finally broke above the 50, and now today we're starting to tick up. So Nexus is a coin that's looking really nice. So this is what I'm looking for. We just need to get off of that 50 and start pulling up away. And so many coins are doing the same thing that once a couple go, they're all gonna go, and it's gonna be really fun.
Okay, it is time to separate the coin book trolls from the coin book fans. So these are the magnificent t-shirts that we are giving away every Friday. These are individually packaged with love from your best friends, China. There's also this incredible option designed by yours truly, and we'll be giving away probably 1 or 2 of these every Friday to just a random comment on any of the videos over the past week. But, and I don't blame you, if you absolutely cannot live without one of these shirts, I am willing to part with them for $15 worth of your favorite crypto. Just reach out to me on social media and we'll get you guys hooked up.